So I'll make this quick and get straight to the point. You are okay. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that this is only for if you're walking with God or at least seeking Him. When you are with God, this incredible feeling kind of happens where you don't really worry too much about things that happen. It's funny because I worry more about the thing before it happens. I worry more about the result before it happens compared to when it actually happens. So let's say I'm taking a test, beforehand I'm studying, freaking out, and I get to classes to time to sit down and take the test, and I'm sitting here freaking out, overthinking, and like, did I practice enough? Do I remember everything? And it's like I do it, take the test, leave, glad it's over with, and then I'm afraid of looking at the grade, but then I look at it, and it's like I don't care. And for me, this actually legitimately did happen. I got like a really below average grade on my test, but at that point, I had already known that God didn't plan for me to finish school, so it didn't affect me. I didn't even care. It didn't even faze me. Like I didn't have that drop. My heart didn't drop. My stomach didn't drop. Nothing like that happened. And that goes for everything with Him. Whenever I just have faith, whenever I'm faithful, that feeling is universal. It's always like that. I'm never. I battle with my flesh, and now that I've been drawing nearer to Him, I've been battling with my flesh a whole lot. Hold on, let me drink some water real quick. I've been battling with my flesh a whole lot now that I've been drawing near to Him, and so it's not that I get in my head, but my head attacks me. It's always lingering thoughts and whatever. And people say take it captive, but I don't think that you necessarily have to. It's just opinion. I'm not saying this is fact, the absolute truth or anything, because I could be wrong. Absolutely 100% I could be wrong. Over me, it's that I don't care about those thoughts. It's like, I'm going to think that and think all types of things, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. Because He told me to do it. It's like, I've been commanded to do something by God Himself, even if I am afraid, even if I have my doubts, even if from my own perspective it might not work out or whatever, it's like, okay, and God told me to do it. What you think I'm gonna let those kind of thoughts stop me, prevent me from doing His will? Absolutely not. Of course not, because even though I cannot see the result, it doesn't matter. The result itself doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that God told me to do it. That's what's the important part. That's whenever you stop caring about everything else and you start only caring about God. You have to come to understand that God is greater than everything, because He made everything that is of Him is good. So He has made all that's good. So it means He's got it anyway. It's His to make, His to create, His to control, His to wield and whatever. And He made you. And He gave you the same authority that He had whenever He walked the earth. So it's like, when He commands you, I mean, you have what He's already made you with, plus that. So you have even more. So it's like, there's no reason that you should be afraid. And yes, you're going to trip up and fall and stumble, but guess what? God already knows that. He already knows that's going to happen. So He's already planned 10,000 steps ahead of that. And He's got all types of stuff laid out for you, ready to go, ready to prepare you, to keep you, to hold you, to keep you safe, to keep you well fed, not thirsty, things like that. It's already done. Whenever the second He commands you to do something, it's already done. As long as you do your part, His part's already been done, and He's already handled all of it. So that's actually a word. That's a word for me. That right there. I'm gonna say that again. If God has commanded you to do something, It's already done. He's already done his part. It's already complete. You just got to do your part and walk into that blessing. God's going to tell you which door to go through and how to go through it. Now, it's your choice whether you go through that door or not. If you choose to go through a different door, I mean, that's not his fault. He can't do nothing about that. I mean, he can, but he respects your decision because he made free will in the first place. But why would he make something just to be like, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. No, that's not how he works. That's not how God works. He's beyond that. And so you gotta not get out of your head, but get out of the logical thinking, or actually it's illogical. The illogical thinking of what if. When you're with God, there is no what ifs. It's when. When is it going to happen? It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And it's such an amazing thing to know him, to truly know him, to truly seek him, because you start to understand that greatness is so much greater than anything you could ever even witness. I can't even comprehend it. I sit there, laying there, walking, whatever. Any type of way I'm spending time with him, thinking of him, dreaming of him. I'm just in awe, thinking of what he's done, how he's done it, and how things played out so perfectly, not just in the Bible, but in my own life. In my own life, the way things happen, I'll see a problem, and instead of fixing it myself, trying to fix it myself, I go to him, and then it just fixes on its own. And it's like, I didn't really have to do much, or maybe put a little bit of effort for it, or whatever. The circumstances vary, but ultimately, whenever the second I go to him, it's solved. Whenever I try and do it on my own, I gotta wrestle with it. I gotta fight with it. I gotta struggle. God he's not gonna have you go through none of that, because none of that's of him. Now, unfortunately, we live in the world, and we are flesh, so we have to deal with the things that are flesh and deal with the world. But I don't care, because I already have the victory is already won. It's already over. No matter what happens, as long as I do what he has told me to do, that is the result that he wants. And he wants that result because that's the best result. Because he doesn't want you to be satisfied with the world. That's why he tells you to seek him rather than seeking even the things that he's made. Because it's like, he doesn't want you to seek his blessings. He wants you to seek him, because he'll provide you his blessings, and even more than just blessings for you, but for other people too. And that's what, and as nothing too, is that sometimes we get blessings and we don't know how to use them. We don't know how to we don't fully understand the blessing. Oh man, he's so good. Oh man, he's so good. Because whenever you go to him, you may not fully comprehend that blessing. But whenever you go to him, he's going to tell you what it is, what its purpose is, and and sometimes you won't even fully understand what you're doing, but he'll just be working through you, because you're being faithful and being humble, and everything that he tells you to do is with purpose. There's a whole lot to knowing him and to truly chasing him. It's very deep, and it's very, very intimate having a relationship with him, because he'll stoop to our level. And he did, literally. He literally came down as a man. But I don't just mean that. I mean, he will come to where you're at in life. He knows that you're down in the dumps. He knows that you're in a bad place. He knows that you're in complete and utter darkness. When you truly call out to him with everything, he'll come to you. And whenever you think of him, he'll come to you. Truly. With everything, you think of him. You pray to him. You call out to him. However you do it. Because we're never going to be perfect. But he's not asking you to be perfect. He's just asking you to seek him. All he's asking is for you to seek him and to chase him, because he is going to lead you down a path so straight and narrow, you will never have to worry about veering off or what's not on the path. All you got to worry about is what's on your path, what he's told you to, what he tells you to be thinking of, not even worry about, but to be thinking of, to be mindful of, to be paying attention to, so you can have discernment or whatever it is. Because I mean, and spending time with them, that's what I mean. That's something what I mean by come to your level, because he made you the way he made you. He knew you would be the way you are, and that you would want to spend time with them in the way that you want to spend time with them. I spend time with them whenever I'm just not really listening to anything. Like going. I would say going on walks is my main way of kind of talking with them. But even when I'm in the shower, on the toilet, and a lot of the bed, he comes to me when I'm in the bed a lot. Whenever I'm just laying down, he just talks to me a lot about things. And sometimes he will give you a word. And this is what, even though it's not personally something that I do, that I will write down stuff, is because sometimes he gives you a word in the moment for you to write it down and to see it later. Because he like I said, he's 10,000 steps ahead. He gives you a word, you write it down, you go later on, a week, 2 weeks, months, years, however, something happens, and you just happen to stumble upon the word that you wrote, that he gave you, and it perfectly fits the situation you're in. God is amazing. He is incredible. His highlight tape is impossible. That is the most accurate way I can describe his tape. It's literally impossible. That is what you are chasing. That's what you should be chasing. So stop worrying about anything, because he has got it. As long as you follow him, he will handle everything. I promise you. All right. That's all I got. Let's close out with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those that have trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the glory, and the power forever. Amen. May God's face shine on you. May his peace shine on you. May his humbleness, his faith, his love, his compassion, may all of it shine on you. Be blessed.